Today let's study about template class. This is the code for stack implementation with node, so dynamic memory allocation, but this is only for double types. As you can see that the node structure, the data type is double. So in this stack implementation, you can store only double type data. So here, what we are going to learn today is how to make this data type unknown so that you can determine the data type later so that you can create a stack for double or stack for string or stack for any type, a stack for student, stack for car, and so on. So that mechanism is called a template class. So once a template class is defined, you can use this way. Suppose the template class for stack is defined, it's a T stack, then you can use this way. So you can create a stack, but when you create a stack object, you specify data type. So as one stack, you can add stack data, something like this. So you can read data, then you get string type. So which means you can create a stack for double. Then in this stack, you can push double type data. Then you read double type data. So when template class is defined, you can use this way. Whenever you need it, define or provide a type for that, and then template class from that moment on, double type is assumed and the like. So how do we define a class that way? That is called a template class. So in this stack implementation, we have two classes, node and stack. So both should be transferred, changed into the template class. So let's begin with the node. So let's name it as tnode.h. So in this, let's read, copy and paste dnode.h. So VI editor, I can do colon R dnode.h. So that is read into. In the template class, you do not separate the class definition into two, .h and .cpb. All of those should be in .h only, which implies template class does not produce by itself executable code. It's information only. So what you need to do is the dnode.cpp, that portion of the code should be within .h as well before the endif declaration. So here I want to copy and paste the dnode.cpp, colon r dnode.cpp. So that part is included. So include is not necessary because we have one single file, so the .h inclusion is not needed. Those two with a better move on the top of the code, which is normal structure. So first step, we do not need two files, just that one file only. So the end if it's including all those member function definitions. And then we need to provide unknown type. So here is double type only, but I do not want to define type here right away. I want to provide a type later. So that one, let's unknown type, let's name the unknown type as T. Then to do so, before the class declaration begins, you need to use a keyword template and then type name T. So the same variable T is now used to define that the type is unknown. So class name is a tnode, and then include should be tnode. And then next step is the data type you want to mark it as unknown, just replace it by T, first step. Second step is for each class name occurs in the code, append T with angle bracket there. This is the name of the class, a declaration, so you don't do that. But after that, if you find a class name being used, just append the T. And then the name is T, so change that here. This is a name of the function because it is constructor. It happens to be the same name as class name though, but the program constructor, this is a function name. This is a function name as well. This is a destructor. And then we are going to use a T-stack later. So friend declaration is a little bit exceptional syntax. So what you need to do is template type name and then choose other than T. T is being used for this T node, and a friend declaration use some other symbol instead of a T, so I choose a U. That's a typical choice. And then for each member function, you need to do similarly template type name T. You need to do that. And then the class name is T node, and this is a class name colon function name. So in class name we append the T. This is a function name, and then double is marked as unknown type. Okay. Similarly, for each member function, template type name T, then T node is class name, so we append the T, and this is a function name, so we do not append the T. So a template class for node is defined. Now let's do template class for stack. Similarly, first .h file is read, and this is a T, and then before you end, read CPP. And then those two we can move on the top using namespace. We don't have to repeat, and then includes not necessary because all of those are in one file. Now we include T-node, the template class we defined, and then the currently it's a D-stack. It should be changed to T-stack, Visual VI editor. Last line, substitute the D-stack by T-stack. So all done, and then D node is a T node. We are going to use as a first line to last line. D node, T node. Replace them. So those name changes are done. So let's now convert into template class one by one. Class begins, so template type name T. Class name, we keep it that way. We do not append that. This is class declaration line, and the T node is class name because class name and variable name is a variable declaration, so we append the T. Construct is a function name, so we do not append the T. Destruct is a function name, so we do not append the push. Double is unknown type, and then top is unknown type returns. For each member function, template type name T, and then class name we append the T. We do so for each member function. So template type name, this is class name, and then template type name, this is class name, push unknown type, and then T node, this is class name, pointer declaration, new and class name. And then for each member function, template type name T. T stack is class name, and then T node is class name. And then each member function we do template type name, and then it returns T type, T stack, and then it's a class name. Member function T stack is a class name, so we do that one. So it seems all changes are done, And then let's remove the D node, the D stack. So we do not need the D node. We do not need the D stack. We all converted. So we have a tnode.h, tstack.h template classes only. And then since we have only one CPP file, let's compile it and then see some errors. So first, tnode.h24 does not match, so 24 tnode.h24. Oh, constructor takes one unknown type, not double. So double is not correct. This is tnode, so that's what's that. And then let's compile again. All good. And then we can run it. It works fine. So here, then how do we change the makefile? So makefile, we do not compile node or stack separately. So template is information only, so we never compile that. When to compile main, we need a tnode.h, tstack.h template, and then the main.cpp. So we produce a main.o. With the main.o, we can produce a.out. So that's it. So if I to make it works. So this is how to convert from class definition with a specific type, so replace it, make it, change it to unknown type template class. So just step-by-step procedure I've shown.